Hi guys, how are you? So, it's been a while. How's everybody? Back over here, getting my daily exercise. I haven't been doing much, except fighting with Lynn. I love you, baby. Her and I'm telling you, we're like two peas in a pod, her and I. She wants to go left, I want to go right. She wants to go up, I want to go down. We never agree on anything. So that's why I love her. We're always fighting. But in the end, it's always good at the end. So what's up? What's been going on? How's everybody? I have been just laying low. And poor Lynn, she's been working her butt off. But, that's the Philippines. The routine there is the same. It's the same as when I left. Nothing's changed. She doesn't have more work. She doesn't have less work. It's just the daily grind over there of taking care of things. And, she's got to take care of the baby. She's got the house, she's got the bills. Big issue with the water over there. It wasn't like that when I left. The water only went out like maybe once every couple of weeks. And it was only for a day or two. You could survive without going crazy. But now there's no water, period. And every 3 or 4 days, she's got to go get it filled up with the truck. And she doesn't know how to drive, so that's a problem. So she's going to pay a driver. It's like 500 pesos every time she hires a driver. It's a pain in the butt. I wish she would learn how to drive. I tried teaching her, but she crashed the truck into a parked motorcycle. So I'm going to sit here under this tree and have a chit chat. I wish I had a stand because it hurts my arm to sit here and hold this phone up all the time. Yeah. The leaves are coming out on the trees. I feel like people just want to get back to normal. If you're in a public place, like a store or a mall or a shopping store, you got to put a mask on. But if I'm in a store, if I go food shopping, yes, I put a mask on. So getting back to the Philippines, it's going to be a real hassle. I mean, I don't think Manila and Cebu, they're going to be dealing with that virus for a couple of years. It's not going away. There's too many people. They don't practice social distancing there. When people live in a barangay, in a neighborhood, it's 10, 20 people, maybe in just one small little square area, and then it's like that all the way through the neighborhood. And Filipinos, they're so social. There's just no way they're gonna social distancing themselves. It ain't gonna happen. So I think Manila and Cebu, they're gonna be dealing with the virus for a very long time until they get some type of cure or vaccine. But I don't think that's gonna be realistic. I mean, they may develop a vaccine and it may work similar to the flu vaccine, where, it's no guarantee. It might work, it might not work, because there's the different strains and different mutations. And so the flight's getting back there. The Philippine Airlines is going to be the best way to get back to the Philippines. But that brings me into Manila. And then from Manila, I have to get to Bohol. And I think that's what Tasso is doing. And the problem with that is that you can get to Manila. It's not not a problem. If you're a Filipino, if you're a spouse of a Filipino, it's close to tourists. You're not getting in the Philippines until 2021. Um, if that, it could be another year beyond that. But to get back into the Philippines, you got to be a spouse of a Filipino, which is not a problem for me. But the problem is that you got to fly into Manila, and then from Manila you got to get to Bohol. So would they group me in the OFW class where you have to go, obviously you have to go to quarantine in Manila 14 days, and I'm not sure where they're going to put you. You're going to put you in a place with 30 other people side by side, and you might not have the virus, but you're quarantined with about 30 other people side by side, and then you end up with the virus because someone else might have it. I don't know how they're handling that. I mean, do you have to go to a hotel? I mean, I'd rather go pay for my own hotel for 14 days. It's a big expense, but I don't know, what's that going to cost you? $500 to go in a hotel for 2 weeks? I'm not really sure what it will cost. And then you got to get to Bohol. And then you get to Bohol and you got to quarantine another 14 days. I'm so sure about that. There's just no way around that. They're not going to let people in. They're not going to let people into Bohol without quarantining. Not for a very long time. So what is that, like a whole month? So I possibly would be in the Philippines for a whole month before I even get to see my family. It's a nightmare, I'm telling you. I don't know. I think about, should I just stay here, go back to work, start working again, get the business rolling again here, just work on maybe visas, get them over here. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta talk to Lynn about it. Because the Philippines, I mean, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get back in there. I don't think it's hard. I think once you're there, if I want to come back here, come back to the US, I don't think it's a problem. That's simple. But in any case, I wanted to talk about the airlines, and I really think Philippine Airlines has got something great. It's got something really good going on there. I've always flown Cathay Pacific, and it's okay. But I flew that Philippine Airlines coming back in January. I mean, in March. It was amazing. Of course, I was in business class. That was my first time ever in that. But man, oh wow! If I could fly business class every time, I'd have to have 5 jobs in order to afford that. But so I'm gonna get moving on over here. So, continuing my conversation about the airlines, Philippine Airlines, I really like that airline. And that's probably going to be the only airline I fly from here on out. I don't think I'll be going back to Cathay Pacific, which kind of sucks because I have a lot of miles built up in Cathay Pacific. I don't think they will transfer over to Philippine Airlines. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to use those miles for something. I don't know. But I really like that Philippine Airlines. The service was amazing. The plane, it's like a brand new plane basically. It's very nice, very comfortable. I like the idea of flying into Bohol instead of going to Cebu, getting the ferry. Sometimes we have to spend the night there because we're too tired. I like the idea. Now that I flew out of Bohol, when I left, I flew out of Bohol from Panglao, to the Star Snake, to Manila, and Manila to New York. It was great. We didn't have to deal with any ferries. I'm telling you, you know what, the ferry is a pain in the neck. Now that I've been back and forth there so many times, I'm starting to get the lingo down and get a feel for the layout of what's more convenient, you know. I don't know why there's so much trash over here. So, and it's nice to just fly back into Pinglao, and I'll have my driver come pick me up, and it's a 2-hour drive home. Instead of spending 2 hours in traffic, getting to the port, then waiting another 2 hours for your ferry, and then another 2 hours on the ferry, and then it's like another 2 hours driving in the car. That's what it takes to get back to my house from Cebu. So let's see what's going on over here. So the airlines, so going back into Bohol, I'm definitely flying. I really don't want to go to Cebu. I don't want to deal with any ferries. You're stuck on a ferry with all these people. You're stuck on a plane too. But at least the planes have air filtration systems. And everyone's going to be required to wear masks now on a plane. I don't think that the masks can prevent the virus from going in your face, but it does prevent people from blowing it out into the air. So, in other words, if I have the virus and I don't know I have the virus, and I'm coughing, or if I sneeze, and I don't have a mask on, you just blew enough particles in the air to probably infect, half the plane. So anyways, I don't know. I mean, these are all just my thoughts. But what I did know, and I already knew this beforehand because I already read a study about this a long time ago, is that vitamin D is very important for your health, for your immune system. So if you're not out in the sun enough, you really should take vitamin D supplements. Vitamin D really is good for you. It's good for your immune system. And what I've also read is that it's really good for respiratory immune system. It's really boosts your respiratory infections if you get an infection. And now they're starting to, link vitamin D to all these studies of people who had the virus and who either died or got really sick from it. They had low levels of vitamin D in their body. So, if you're not out in the sun, guys, at least for a few hours every day, get some vitamin D. Even me, I'm not out in the sun like I used to be. So I do take vitamin D. Not regularly, but I have been lately. But honestly, when I spend 2, 3, 4 hours out in the sun, God, I mean, don't you just feel so energized? Where do you think that comes from? Vitamin D. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up. It's good to see everybody. Good to talk to everybody. And take care. Stay safe.